Right. Let me see how you want to switch out of this. Right, let's see. I think that's probably too large, but we'll see. Remember, I'm streaming, by the way. It's fine. It's just bear it in mind. Yeah, I figured. Oh no! Wow! Wow! Right, let me see. Right, I think this is on super resolution, which I don't want. Yeah, that'll do. Right. I think my most recent save isn't actually properly in the game. Let me make sure that this is pulling for the right device as well. Yep, that's fine. Is the game even gonna load? Oh, there we go. It's on some like mega resolution right now, but it isn't. Not the maximum, but still pretty big. I think this save is messed up because I think I have every item. Yeah. So I don't know how I would progress in the game here. Let me see. Where is he in the game anyway in this save? Use daycare pass to get into daycare. Okay. Wow, the gamma seems a bit whack. Let's see. This is the day 1 build. I'm probably just gonna do a restart of it. Ultra. Yeah, you can't really change too much about it. This build's pretty interesting. Can't take screenshots, can I? Is it Alt F3 or something? Yeah, right. This build has like broken textures the whole time. So like everything else is crisp, but the textures don't work properly. So like Fillium Co in this is just a bloody mess. But some textures look okay. Some just look terrible. Pretty sure this looks not right either. Yeah, he's a little bit shinier in this version as well. He's so gross. I'm not doing this part properly. I'm like, bugger that. Let's see. Can I collect something I already have? Like, I already have this? Yeah. Yeah, this save is just weird. Oh, God. Well, that was weird. Well, I couldn't move. Okay, that was weird. It's fine. Where will it start me back? No! Right, let me see. Right, what I was gonna do... let's see. Not that save. June. Let's see what this one does. Cool, you can see me drinking a bottle of water even though you can't see the water. That's weird. Oh, well, this is just a start one.
Ready.
He's so light, dude. Right, let's see what's going on with the gamma here. Let's turn it down.
Experiencing a malfunction.
That's too dark.
Cycle is not complete.
Actually, hold on. Can
Will
I?
you shut
Like,
up?
oh
said
god.
that?
I did.
Okay, maybe don't do
Down
that.
here.
Down where? I still do not see
Freeze
you.
the game. Right, let's see. I want to see something. Let's see what happens if we look at the debug camera here. Like, what does this scene look like? Oh, weird. That's very weird. That's very weird. I guess he's just kind of like projected on the screen? That's weird.
Okay,
thought-
listen. You were sleeping, so I opened the stomach hatch and climbed inside.
Stomach hatch? Place is reserved for oversized birthday cakes and pinatas. It is not a safe play area.
I guess they had to do it this way, like... I guess they had to because, like... the mirrors didn't work for everybody. So how is that working? Is it just a projection or is it actually like a flat version of Freddy? Very weird. Why is he looking at me anyway? He shouldn't be able to see me. I'm like a debug thing. That's weird. Okay. Let's leave Freddy.
There you are.
What does this look like? Oh, he's holding Gregory up at this part, look. When he's like, there you are. I'm like, okay. Just dangling him. That's pretty amazing.
Scanning complete. How odd. Your guest profile is unknown to me. Who are you?
Gregory's such a cryptid though.
I'm Gregory.
Gregory. I will notify the main office. Oh. Connection error. I cannot connect to the main network.
It's her. She cut you off. She's not going to let you call for help until she finds me.
Who? Who is looking for you? Your mother?
Shh! I hear footsteps.
Is she even here until you look at the window? I guess not. I guess she just footsteps till that.
It's the security guard. She can help.
So dark here. Maybe too bright. Let's see. Is it a nicer light? What color could you light is here? Green? No, it's too green.
No, I don't trust her.
Why not?
I don't know who she is, but she's trying to get me. Isn't there some other way for you to communicate with me besides talking so loudly?
Take this. It is a novelty Freddy Fazwatch.
What was that?
I am sending you an encoded message. Hello, Gregory. It is me, Freddy. I will escort you to the main entrance. However, I am unable to leave this room.
Why does my Gregory have the same like head-mounted light that Freddy normally has? What is going on?
I will make it accessible
I was like, why is it so bright here? It's because my Gregory has like Freddy's light. He doesn't even have a flashlight. Freddy, what is going on?
Well done, Gregory.
Look, see, he's got
There
his
is an
own
open air vent inside the
light
maintenance room.
source. That's weird.
Climb through the ventilation system and release me from the outside.
What items do you have, Gregory? Good, just normal items.
You are the best. Thank you. I am the best. I am the best.
This bit's the best. I like her like animations a lot for this
Your
part.
fans are watching you right now. I know.
She got glittery lipstick. I've never really noticed that before about Roxy. I mean, I'm sure her professional simps definitely have. Like, I know that it's like, oh my god, Gregory is so creepy. Look at this. This is the thing that people see. That's terrible. Right, let's see. Go. Oh yeah, better resume game. Yeah. Right. Oh yeah. Let's see. Mm-mm. I still wonder, like, if they left this room in darkness because they weren't finished with it, or if they just felt like it. It doesn't look finished. Like, a lot of the scratch textures and stuff are kind of like undone, and it doesn't look like it's kind of complete. But I don't know. There's Gregory again being like an absolute cryptid. Let me see. Get these lights away. That's why I was like, why is it lagging? It's because it was recording as well as streaming. Let's see. Chica's like practices her guitar. She can hardly hear herself work because of Monty like just throwing a fit. And it's like, what is Monty so angry about here anyway? I really don't know why my Gregory has like a flashlight on his head. Like, is he mad because like Freddy ruined the performance? Because doesn't seem like it's that big a deal. Let's see. Yeah, like a broken grave, and everybody's like, what's actually inside this? Nothing, I guess. Nothing. Yeah, the game's really pretty. Like, I've got it right now on like a higher resolution than it's actually capable of going to. I can do it even higher, but I can't stream at the same time as doing it when I do it on the highest res. Yeah, and for some reason at this resolution, the ray tracing doesn't look as wild as it does on the normal one. But like, man, these like weird settings. Let me see, hold on. Yeah, the settings are just kind of weird. Like, if you notice the like, what do you call it, lens flare is really high. Like, I can manually put the lens flare down, but it's weird that it's so like crazy in the first place. Yeah, like, see, it's like super ridiculous. Right, let's see. I think something to do with like interrupting Freddy's like introduction thing has made the settings a little bit weird for Gregory. It's kind of funny. Like, look at all these lens flares. But if I go into like debug cam, like it looks more like the way it's supposed to look. Maybe Gregory's eyes are just naturally dazzled at this point. Yeah, the old like glitchy pause menu. Like with the like the area that doesn't even exist in the game.
Stupid door won't open.
The stupid door. Right, hold on, let me see. Where's my subtitles anyway? Yeah, this where it's like Freddy T-posing in here. Yeah, so I guess this is the version that this one is. 1.0.221. Yeah, so this is like the first one. So this is, it's because I was watching Markiplier playing the launch version. I was like, man, I'm just dying to play this old, weird, kind of broken like version of the game. The release build was just so weird. Like, even the settings, like, you don't have all the settings that you have later. Like, video. Can I even turn on the subtitles in this? Is there any settings for it at this point? I don't even think there are. There we go. They're in audio for some reason. On small, on large. Let's do large. Because the resolution's really high.
Photo pass to open the door. Apologies, I assumed you had one already.
And you had to like save everything you change manually. Or it doesn't stick. Right, let's see.
You should be able to find one at a convenience counter.
Yeah, you didn't get like the little pop-up either. Like see how like there's nothing pops up here? Like saying what the message is? That wasn't in it yet either. Like this one isn't and like yeah, I was talking about it earlier before you guys were here, but this build, all of the textures were broken. They were stuck on low quality no matter what quality you set the game to. So like nothing was readable. Like this normally says like I think it says some random like text on it, but you can't read it. And it's the same with like so many textures everywhere. Like there's some are okay, but some are just really bad. God, every time he looks at those lights. Is Night Mario not there on this? No. The lens flare is absolutely bananas.
Good job.
Yeah, like just everything not quite working properly, like, and he couldn't find his way through it. Like, Daycare doesn't have coloured, like, guides to anything or whatever. This is crazy. I've had to turn the gamma down, and then when I'm in this mode, it's too dark, but when I'm in the other mode, it's too light. Gregory, can you, like, reset your eyes, please? Oh, did that help? Or am I just... No, it didn't. He's still really brightly eyed. Let's see. I'm just going to put it in this.
Still time, but we must hurry. If I am spotted, I will certainly be taken back to my room. I will escort you to the main exit through the utility tunnels. It is the safest path.
Okay.
Oh, and in
but
this
you better
version,
be careful
like,
moving around. I don't want to be crushed and twisted
none of the
into a
medals
meat
work.
pretzel.
But Freddy's, like, pathing is insane. That's why you had, like, the Markiplier, like, Freddy! You can also get him to, like, let you into doors and stuff. It's really wild. I think this is before they even patched the, like, major issues that they had.
Sorry, Gregory. I would love to do a tour, but it is
I didn't even
closing
realize he
time,
had
and
dialogue
this door
dialogue
is
for that.
locked. Look for a door with my icon on it. I am sorry, Gregory. I would love to do a tour, but it is closing time, and this door is locked. Look for a door with my icon on it.
Yeah, everything was, like, super broke. Like, I remember, like, I could only get through Daycare by, like, glitching Moon on, like, getting him caught on, like, one of the scenery bits. I wonder what was still in this as well. Let me see. Because I know in the other versions, like, they've taken some of this stuff out. because I checked it when we were playing the other version of the game. But I'm like, what's actually in? Oh, look! See, like, this is the version where they left a ton of stuff in. Look, here's a corridor. There's like a sealed up Roxy corridor. See? Like, even the lights are on in this area. I don't want to, like, fall into the abyss. Looks like it only goes down this far. But this is one of the utility tunnels. Yeah, like, this version of the game actually has some of the most leftover stuff in there. Like, there's tons of little bits like that that are just left. Just little, like, vestigial bits. See, this, what this tunnel leads to, right, is, so this part, it leads to, like a parking garage area. Hold on, I've got a word file somewhere, let me see, because I wrote down, like, I can show you, I wrote down a word file where all the different, like, I went through the different, like, maps. See, because, like, it's hard to explain how untidy the maps are in the files for Security Breach. Like, Steel Wool will still figuring stuff out, and so much of it is just garbage maps, like, things that aren't finished. So let me see if I can find... Notes. Notes. I'm sure I'll have named it some insane thing, because that would make too much sense to name it like Security Breach, like exploration. I can find it otherwise, I was just checking to see. Roxy Raceway? Is that it? No. Because I want to see it, because I can actually put down lights now. I couldn't do it before. SB map record. Thanks past me for actually naming it fairly reasonably. Like, I name my files like Burn Trappy 1B566BBBB, and I'm like, what is this a picture of? Right, let me see. Because a lot of the things should still be in this. Right. Well, this one was pretty interesting. There it is. Go-karts. So, like, this area is called Utility Door West. Utility West, I think it is. Let's see. Right, let's see. So, we start in like a weird, like, this place doesn't have any floors. So you start in like this weird chunk of corridor with Moon for some reason, and Gregory can't stand on anything. But this is where the go-kart area is still loaded in, I think. Let me check. Oh, you can see some of the like the way the text is added in. Let's see. Right, go-kart area. But you can see like the ludicrous amount of map that's just loaded in all the time, like in this game. There it is. There it is. So see where we were? So there's that staircase that we were in. And there's that little bot in the hallway. See? So this was the bit that we were in. If I put this into like lit mode, it's so dark. There's like no real lighting in this area beyond like the ambient lighting, and normally that was annoying and I couldn't see anything. But now I know how to light areas, I can actually take screenshots of stuff and whatever. But you can see how in here, where that little hallway that we found goes to. It goes along here, and then we just saw it stop dead there. But it's actually B1 Core RR5, which I'm like Basement 1 to Roxy Raceway. And it comes along here. And there's like a B1 Core RR6, and then there's like a room in here, and the room in here is like a go-kart parking garage. Again, like so much stuff was taken out, but I assume it's because like when this was released, like everybody got lost. Like Markiplier got lost, I got lost, everybody got lost. And if they hadn't taken it out, people would have been even more lost, because it was just like a warren of like utilidors and tunnels and networks and... But it's a shame we lost some of this stuff. I'm sure there's like mods that people are making to try and put things back in again. But yeah, see, like you had a little table, little seats, extra seats. But you could never really get screenshots of this area because, like, again, like, it's like that. Because the lights are on a separate thing. But I think I can add lights into scenes now. Yeah, I can. God, I need much more light than that. Right, let me see. Point light. And I can also do this. If it works in this area. Yeah, there we go. So I don't even need as many lights. Hold on. And I always found these areas like oddly spooky and kind of haunted. Because like you see, like there's no sound other than the like faint buzzing of noises. Yeah, I know they're doing like Blast to the Past or whatever. I'm like, for me, I'm not a huge fan of mods. Like, again, like there'll always be editorial choices that people make when they make these mods. So they'll say, I'm gonna do it this way, and that's not how Steel Wool would have done it. And for me, like, I'm more puritanical. I'm like, I want to see the game as it would have been with them in charge, with them making stuff, not how someone else would interpret what is there. Because it's easy for them to get it wrong. You know, like, they don't know what the intention for this area was or how it related to the game. They can only guess. And yeah, that's why I'm like, it's fun for people to be able to play them. I'm sure people will enjoy them. It's just not for me. I want to know, like, the actual history of things and the actual things that are there. And, like, please just give me a beta build of this game. That's what I want more than anything else. Yeah. Let's see. But yeah, I always found this part kind of spooky. Especially like with the hallways and stuff. Just like empty halls with like nothing in them. Like this is just the lighting as it is, but and you can see like some of the corridors are lit. But there's a bunch of different like hallways like this that are kind of left over from things. I think I can summon characters here. No. Can I do Freddy? Freddy works. I don't know why he always works. Freddy works, like... Vanessa's usually fine. Fanny, it just depends. Yeah, she's not on this map. Bomb Trap's fine. Yeah, let me see if there's any other interesting ones even that I can talk about. Like, this one was interesting because I think they added this hallway back in, like, the Utility East. So, like, that one with the go-karts was Utility West. This one's Utility East. That's why I like exploring these areas, but I also usually have to do it with music because the dead silence gets to me after a while. Like, I'm one of those people that needs to, like, draw or write or whatever with music on. And these areas always annoy me after a while because they're so quiet and spooky. But yeah, I really love this corridor. I'm sad that this one's the one that I'm most sad that it got taken out. Interestingly, I think this one is still in the game. Like, you can actually get to this one normally without actually spawning it in. It's through a door that's like locked up. But yeah, this one's always cool to me. And it's like in Ruin, they like played up on it. But it's just cool. Let's see. Yeah, like this area is just... It was like, this one is interesting to me because, again, it connects Monty Golf and Daycare. And we have that weird thing in the books where, like, Monty and Son, some kind of connection. Like, in the Monty Within, he has this thing about wanting to make a son. And there's some kind of connection between Moon and Monty, inexplicably. But this Utilidor, like, connected their areas, so even that. And then this is, like, one of the most sinister areas. Like, this place is weird. Like, why are there a bunch of, like, endos down here? Like, we have all the endos underneath the Daycare theatre. Like, there's the implication that the daycare attendant has been doing something with the endos, I think. Because, again, it's like the daycare nursery. Like, he runs the human nursery. I don't know. Yeah, and like you've got this area. Yeah, it's very weird. The Monty within's really interesting. You've got this just crazy Monty version. See, like this guy sitting in the water. I think this area they actually brought back in Ruin, and you go in some place up here. But it's just interesting that like this bit's actually here. I'm pretty sure they brought this bit back in Ruin. But it's just kind of creepy. But yeah, the fact that they have this like connector between daycare. Honestly, like overall, having read all of the Frights and all of the tales, I very much prefer the Frights because a lot of them felt like they had stuff to say about the lore. The tales, there's a lot of fun things, but they also feel like a bit more spitbally. For me, the Frights felt like we were getting given lore in a very like sort of indirect way. Let's see what else. Mm. Yeah, there's just so much stuff like in this. I just wish I had an earlier build as well. Open the wrong thing. For me, it's also just the tales, like, the epilogues and the tales are some of the most insufferable writing I've ever had to endure. I just hated it. It was just terrible. It was just... There's so much, like... I don't know, it's just not fun. It was just miserable. Like, it was really, really awful. Like, no one could ever make me reread the epilogues of the tales because it was just torturously awful. It was gore and gore and gore and gore and more gore. Really, really bad gore as well. Like I'm pretty much like chill. Like I can watch like Saw, I can watch Hostel, I can watch like even like the weird fucked up like band movies that people like don't watch these. I've watched them all, you know, like Apocalypto and all that stuff. And I was distressed by the epilogues for the tales. I just didn't like it. I didn't like the mimic scooping people's brains out and stuff. It just felt really gratuitous, and I was like, nope. Was not a fan. Didn't enjoy it. Didn't feel like we needed it. Like I feel like we could have done just, you know, like just the story where the mimic chases the guys through the factory, the lace factory. Like I could have done just that. And I'm like, I get the point. He kills people. I don't need to watch him killing like a teenager, another teenager, another teenager, another teenager, and I'm like, I don't care about any of these teenagers either. Like, I don't know them. I don't know why I should care about them. I don't care about their drama. It was dull and tedious and awful. It was just, oh yeah, it's just boring. Just boring in extreme. Come on, Gregory, open a map that actually lets me go to the menu. There. Yeah, no, it was tedious, like extremely. There's some ones that I really enjoyed, real stories I really enjoyed, but there's some that I was just like, pass. And there's a lot more pass ones in the Tales. Like, I enjoyed the Tales. I thought there were some really good stories. Like, there's ones that I like to go, we reread them, like, so like we've read them all, and then every night when we do cooking, we just reread a book, one of the stories in the books. So we just pick one and we'll reread it. And we have ones that we've reread a couple of times, like the favourite ones. And then there's ones that I'm just like, nah. And then there's ones that we reread and I'm like, oh god, not this again. Like, Pizza Kit's a good story, but it's also torturous to read. Like, it makes me go, just thinking about it. Like, the bit where she, like, puts the meat on her tongue and stuff. Ugh. There's some parts of that I could live without. It's like the author's kink, vor kink. I'm like, no thanks. Can we not do the vor kink thing? And yeah, like Fazbear's Frights, epilogues, great. Great, I really enjoyed them, had a lot of fun. Want to know more about Larson. Like, Larson stuff is fun, and at least, like, the characters are there that we know. Oh good, does it fix this colour thing? This version of the game, I remember Monty being completely broken as well. Like, in my game, he used to just fly through the walls when he gets called. I want to see if he still does it in this. There he is! He works! But yeah, when I played through the first time in this game, he just used to rocket through the walls. No, don't catch me. Yeah. He's so grubby. Like, Pizza Kit's a good story. It just has a really weird part in it that's just really weird. My favourites are all ones that I think have really a lot of lore stuff. Yeah, he's gonna get caught. Yeah, it's fine. The ones I really like are like What We Found, Puppet Carver, Blackbird, Hide and Seek. I enjoyed Haps. I thought that was good. I'm still not sure who those characters represent, but I have a couple of theories. Yeah, there's a few that I enjoy and I like to go back and reread. I hate Fetch. I wish I liked Fetch, but there's just so much boring stuff in Fetch. Into the Pit is an interesting concept, but not a super interesting like execution, I don't think. There's some I can't reread. Like, I cannot reread The Real Jake. It was too sad. It was just so heartbreaking. I can't reread To Be Beautiful. Can't reread that. That one's too close to like dysmorphia and dysphoria and all that stuff. I can't do that one. That one's just nope. It's a good fine story, just no. There's a couple that I'm like, I can't reread, and ones that I like to reread. Wow, I forgot how big she is here. What the fuck? She's so big. Oh, I've got a security rot head. There's not a lot I've disliked. Like, I really like the ones, like, for me, it's all because they're all evocative of characters. So, like, I really love The Cliffs, because The Cliffs, for me, is a story about Henry. I really like... There's just different ones that I like for, like, different reasons. But, some I just can't do. They'll just... I'm like, no, it's too grim, or too sad, or too weird. And my memory's terrible. Like, I'm sure there's ones that I like that I don't even remember, like, off the top of my head. Blackbird's a Sammy story for me, so I enjoy that one. I like The New Kid. Because it's a bit... For me, like, The New Kid, like, the relationship between Devon and his pal is William and Henry, ultimately. And, like, Henry having to cover up for William's crimes. And there's a whole bunch of stuff in there about birds and stuff. What we found, like, I consider, like, really important. Like, that's why I did that whole video on it. I like this haunted head in here.
West Arcade was not shut down properly. Some data may be corrupted. Initializing startup sequence. Before proceeding, reset the audio manager circuit breaker located next to the dance floor.
Gregory, the security system knows you are here and has locked you out. Reset the breakers and restore power to the West Arcade. Then you can repair the staff bot head.
Oh, this is dark mode. It's a shame they didn't do more of it. For me, like, the parallel stuff is, like, it really enriches the stories for me. Like, there's a lot of times where I'm like, there's some that I'm like, these could be completely, like, new characters, totally vague, totally telling their own story or whatever. And then there's ones where I'm like, this is us getting information on stuff. And I think probably one of the most potent ones for that is what we found. Which is like, for me, it's like a really important William one and gives us a lot of information about William. The ones that I'm usually like, feel like are William-oriented stories are the stories where we have characters who are punished disproportionately for their sins. So, like, you'll have, like, a little girl, like Millie. Like, what did Millie do? Like, Millie had someone that she wanted to date, and he talked to her, and she was a little bit sad, and she said to her granda, I'm not going to eat dinner. And yet she gets, like, put in a monstrous thing that tells her 1,000 ways that it's going to kill her. And for me, like, it had, like, parallels with, like, UCN. You know, like, she is tortured, basically, for no reason. And it didn't make much sense for me, like, as a little girl. But a lot of the stories that tend to be with the weird, disproportionate endings, disproportionate punishments, I find tend to be William stories. There's some that are really obvious, like, I think the manager in The Puppet Carver is definitely William. The one that, like, has a meltdown at, like, a little girl at, like, a McDonald's drive-thru and is like, I'm a manager, I run this, and he won't give his any money to his son. But yeah, there's for me it makes it a lot more interesting to read the books and say, okay, here's this story. Who could we be being told about here? Is this maybe a baby story? Is it maybe a William story? Is it maybe a Henry story? And it just makes it more interesting. And there's a lot of stuff and thoughts and things that it's made me think about that I might not have otherwise thought about, that have come through from that. So like a lot of people are like, oh, Tales games, blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't care about Tales games. I don't care about Stitchline. All I care about is, does this make me enjoy the story? Does this make me think about the story? Yes, I have fun with it. I don't care about anybody else's stuff exactly. And I don't think it's like whole one thing, whole another thing. I don't think every story has something to tell, but I think there are some that probably do. And I've come up with a lot of stuff that I would never otherwise have thought of because of it. Let's rock. He is working. I think it's when his legs are broken that he doesn't work anymore. I wish they had time to do like everywhere with an unlit and lit mode, because I love seeing like the contrast between one mode and the other. What is this? Why is this here? What are you? I've never even seen this corridor before. Where does this go? Here. Teleport. Can I teleport? Is it actually a floor? Yes. But no. For me, like Henry, like usually whenever you see a character that's like, again, it's based on like the suicide robot, the desk man stuff, there's an implication that he like had this really sad time for some reason, where he like tried to raise the Charlie bot. And there's a lot of these stories about like this sad single father trying to deal with a kid, but the kid gets killed anyway. I don't know, there's a lot of like, for me, Henry usually shows up in characters that are very sad. Like, Bunny Call's a big William one for me, obviously, because like Balfour is a metaphor for like, for me, like the monstrous reflection that he created later on with his like remnant and stuff. And the guy he meets when he's out, he runs out into the darkness and he meets a guy who's smoking and is like, yeah, my dad was never the same after my mom died or whatever. He feels so Henry to me, like he's like talking as if like, yeah, like depression runs in his family and stuff, and there's every implication that it does in Henry's family. It's just, for me, it's just a little insights into the potentials of who the characters could be, who their family could be, because we get given so little within the game. So this is a hallway that only exists sometimes? Can I move in it? Oh, what happened? Where am I? Bye. You're on the bench. Why are we in guest services? You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't even be able to spawn in this area. That's funny. Haunted bench, Monty. You should fire Dave, he sucks. Oh, I see. So you've not read The Fourth Closet and all the other ones, so there's less of a, like, sort of Henry. Everything here is so weird. Something's definitely bugged out. That sounds like Chica. I like how buggy this version of the game is. Like, when things bug out, they bug out in a totally different way than any of the other versions. I wonder if this little guy, like, tells you to leave or if he has his voice lines yet. Look at his frame rate. It's so weird. No. Weird. He had voice lines in the pre-release version, but they took them away for this release. So weird. Like, he normally says, like, please leave or whatever. And he also calls Chica in the pre-release, but in this one, doesn't. I don't know why he got broke in the process of release, but he did. Yeah, the graphic novels just don't do any justice. Like, they're fine for, like, a sort of superficial overview, but there's so much really nice, like, text in there. And, like, fleshed out, like, information on Charlie and Henry and William and a lot. I genuinely recommend, yeah, like, definitely read them before you read more, because they give you a really good roadmap of the characters to help get a handle on, like, is this potentially a bit of information about this character, or is it just its own thing, or... It's interesting that the daycare has a night mode out here. Oh look, the stars are still in this version of the game. They, for some reason, took these guys away as well. In the final version of the game, these stars on the carpet aren't there. Not sure why, they just aren't. Yeah, see there's a night mode in here. Is that Monty? What is it, Chica? It should be Chica. Yeah, it's Chica. Monty shouldn't even be here. Cool, they made little lightning bolts as well. Let's see, there's that door. This bit out here. Monty's still over there. Definitely, you know, I agree. It's definitely a lot more sluggish. Like for me, like the Silver Eyes trilogy, like I think for me, weirdly, the thing that mentally helped me get through them finally was telling myself like Charlie isn't Charlie. Charlie's like Henry's spirit in the form of a teenage girl. Like it's really weird. Like she's like his anger put into like a teenage girl. So I'm always like, it makes it funnier to me being like this guy John is like, hey, I like Charlie, and I'm like, dude, that's the anguish of like a 40-year-old man. Like chill, dude. It just makes it funnier, and it makes it funnier to get through for me. But yeah, I agree. I think the most interesting parts of those books are the parts in the pizzeria and the parts where it's William, the parts where it's Henry, and those are only like this much of the actual story. But yeah, I've done it a couple. I've read them a couple of times now, and it gets a bit easier when it's funny. Like when I think about it in that regard, like and how funnily like terrible Charlie is at dating, and how that potentially relates to like how bad Henry would be at dating. Like where like they go to see like a zombie movie and it's just the most cringe date imaginable. That's how I get through the torturous teenage drama. I'm like, I'm a lot out of my teenage years. I don't want to be like reading about teen drama, but here we are, and it gets me through it that way. But yeah, definitely it's a slog. Yeah, Freddy has his like old blue eyes in this, like the stage models. I always found the stage models a little bit interesting because it implies that the animatronics were potentially a lot more clunky in their movements at one point. Oh look, the lights out part, like, it turns all of Monty's stuff. All of his lights turn red. Which I think's pretty cool. Oh, there's a level 10 door down here as well. That leads to like a weird corridor. That goes to like nowhere. That would have been like utility-tunnel stuff. But there's like a door that isn't here in the other versions of the game. But you can only stand in the door frame of it, you can't really go anywhere. But I think this is the part that connects to, you know, that utility-tunnel that I was showing you earlier on. This is the secret clubhouse for Monty and Son for some reason. Yeah, I know I always listen to like, for most things I listen to, it's audiobooks. I've got the audiobooks of the trilogy. I listened to it in work as well one time when I was just bored otherwise. It's easier for me to read it out, to shock. But yeah, if it was just me, I'd do audiobook as well. Because I can do something else while I'm listening to it. I like the static screens. I think you can summon Vanny when it's like this. Ah! I forgot I wasn't in debug mode. Run! No! Oh god! I did this to myself. Where did Vanny go? I liked how she T-poses when she sees you. Look. Oh, she's not. Oh, there she goes! Yeah, she like runs towards you like an idiot. It's pretty funny that she picks you up and dances with you. She's like, rather than like chomping your face like everybody else. God knows where it's gonna put me. I don't know if there's any like hidden bits in Fazer Blast. I don't think so. It's not a place I like look around very much. But yeah, I think that's been an hour already actually, man. I can't believe how fast it flies by. I like this version of the game because it's just so broken. I did a playthrough of it one time and it was ridiculous. I know, I was saying to somebody else, like, today, like, about Vanny, I was like, I don't know, like, these games feel like... I really like Security Breach. I really like Ruin. I really like Help Wanted. But the problem for me is, like, I feel like there's not been any consistent narrative through line as yet, like, anywhere. It's as if we keep getting little, like, snapshots of story and then they put it down and then they go, right, new guy. Like Vanny, they're like, okay, Vanny's this thing, and then they're like, we're not going to talk about that though. Next thing, Mimic, and then I feel like I'm worried next time they're going to just be like, right, what Mimic? And I'm just like, It just feels like there's a lot of loose ends, a lot of like dropped story beats. Like we never found out what happened, like, you know, like all the interesting stuff around like the staff meeting and all that stuff, like the all staff meeting, you know, like Thursday night at 11:30, all service team attendance is mandatory. Like there's just so much stuff that was foreshadowed in this and we never really come back to it. And it's like, I feel like there was so much potential stuff that they could have done that they haven't done yet. And it's been 4 games. And I'm like, guys, can we just have like something to hold on to? Like, who are we? Who is Cassie? Who is Gregory? Who is Vanessa? Who is Vanny? We don't need to answer all of those questions. But we need some answer just to give us hope that there is answers. Yeah, I think so as well. I think it was literally everybody got their remnant put into staff bots that could be more easily controlled. It would explain why there's so many of them over the place. And it explains the the endocranial stuff and all that, and training the Glamrock endos and stuff like that. I feel like there was something like that. But we never get anything else on it. So it's like, it was like a plot point that was really cool, really interesting, and then it kind of got put down. And I constantly, like, I'm not one of those guys that's like, you know, the ones that are like, we need to be told everything. Scott needs to confirm every secret. We need to be told everything about the series. For me, I'm like, I need to have hope that there is a through line here, there is a game plan, and it's not kind of dynamically changed depending on where we're at. Like, because it feels like the ending of Security Breach was going to be one thing, and then they made it another, and now they're going another path. But I'm like, I need to be able to trust that we aren't just going to go another path. You know what I mean? Like, we can't just keep making new characters and new things. Like, who is Jeremy? Has Jeremy been the same character, or is he a new character? Is he a new thing? Are we going to get that? I don't know. I just need a little bit of... I want to be proven wrong. I want Steel Wool to come out with the next game and for me to be like, yes, here's all these things that I wanted. But right now, I'm kind of like, we've had 4 games. I only have 4 fingers. Yeah. That's my thinking on it anyway. Because I love these games. Long may they continue. I just need a bit stronger story. As someone who like writes fics and reads and all the time, I just need a little bit of more backbone to my story. And then I'll be happy. And I mean, I don't need answers. It can still be a mystery story. Mystery stories are great. Love mystery stories. But we need to have hope that there is some kind of way of solving this mystery. Even if it's just like, throw us a bone. Be like, oh look. Yeah, I'm hopeful that in the August stuff, it'll be a new Security Breach or something. Because they usually do like VR, normal, and they just did Help Wanted 2. So I'm hopeful that we'll get a normal Unreal game. So that'd be good. But yeah. I want to play Security Breach more, but I have to go work on some commissions. So I'll probably end stream here and go get my head down and get some work done, I guess. But yeah, no, it's always really great hanging out with you guys. I really appreciate people stopping by. And I'm excited about you reading the books. I'm like, there aren't a lot of people that have read the books, and when you turn around and go, oh my god, this thing, people go, oh, I've read a summary, and it's like, it's not the same. Like, you'll know yourself if you haven't read the books. The summaries that people give for these things are not like the stories. Like, the people who go, oh, funny Mpreg story for, like, In the Flesh, haven't read the story. There's more to the story than funny Mpreg story. So, like, yeah, it's just good to have people, like, actually go out and read the books. I can understand when people don't. They're huge and they're so long. but it's kind of worth it, I think. There is stuff to be taken from it. And even the bad ones, like, sometimes you're like, wow! For me, it's just there's so much pee and vomit. And I'm so grossed out by pee and vomit. And I'm always like, no, please, no, don't throw up, don't throw up. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you around. See you later.